Toyota has finally lifted the NDA on the RAV4 Prime, and at the same time, they also let us know how many units are going to be available for the US market, not only for the 2021 model year, but also for the 2022 model year. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how unlikely it will be for you to get your hands on your very own RAV4 Prime or PHEV. Welcome back to the channel, Luxurious Fleet. If you're new here, my name's Kirk. I talk about Japanese autos. And if you don't want to miss all my coverage on the RAV4 Prime, make sure to subscribe to the bell icon and let's roll into Electric's article. Toyota cuts output of RAV4 Prime plug-in hybrid for US to a laughable 5,000 units. A Toyota spokesperson told Electric, Japan suspended orders on Monday, June 29th. If you haven't watched that video, make sure to watch it. They received favorable reviews from many customers and received orders which largely surpassed the production capacity of a newly developed lithium-ion battery. Due to unforeseen supply chain constraints, just blame it on coronavirus, guys. That's what all the automakers are doing. We have revised our production plan downward for calendar year 2020. We expect to reach previously planned production levels by early 2021. We anticipate the first model year would be around 5,000 units, and year two forward would be 20,000 units. Year two forward. They don't plan on making more than 20,000 per year for the United States market. Now we're also going to talk about Europe here. Europe's sales are in a little bit of a plunge here, but we can see that there's an uptick in electrification. If we look at the top 10 best-selling cars of the Europe 27, for plug-in hybrid, we have a Ford Kuga. When I looked that up, the RAV4 Prime is going to have about 7 or more miles per electric charge than even the Ford Kuga. Of course, it'll be priced probably a little bit more, but yeah, all-wheel drive. You can see the Toyota hybrids are the best in the game. But yeah, there's definitely a market here for plug-ins, and this is just on a month-to-month basis for May 2020. Hey guys, make sure to smash that like button. That helps me out with the YouTube algorithm and also lets me know you just love RAV4 Prime videos and I can't make enough of them for you. And if you look here, okay, well, we're gonna scroll down. The SUV is doing really well. It's by far the best-selling segment in Europe. And then you get hit with a bombshell here. This is the registration variation from May 2019 to 2020. And who knows what the coronavirus market is going to look like in Europe even after May. But on average, the market is down 57% in Europe. The UK, look at the UK, down almost 90% compared to last year. Then heading over to my revised RAV4 Prime availability here, we're going to kind of talk about the chances of you getting your hands on one of these things. Looking at Japan here, now this is based off 2019. We know 2020's volume is going to be lower, but I can't predict that. So I'm just going what I do know. They get about 4,500 non-prime hybrids per month. We know for sure that they're making 300 primes per month for Japan, which is a sales ratio of about 1 to 15. They have about 256 dealers throughout Japan that are going to be able to sell this vehicle. So your prime ratio of how many you're getting per month per dealer in Japan is about 1.17 RAV4 primes per dealer per month. Not looking good for Japan, but it gets worse. They sell a ridiculous 37,000 hybrids per month. And we're, based off of the 5,000 units, we're only going to be getting 416 primes per month for the year of 2021. Oh my gosh. That gives the ratio of primes to hybrid sales. You're just going to get 1 prime for every 90 regular RAV4 hybrids here in the States for the 2021 model year. Divide that 416 by 1,500 dealers for the United States. On average, each dealer in the United States will get about a quarter of a RAV4 Prime per month. So you'd be like, okay, Kirk, well, in 4 months' time, each dealer should have 1. Absolutely not. And it's not how it's going to work. Why? Well, US allocation for RAV4 Primes, they will direct the volume to the highest selling RAV4 hybrid areas and dealers, especially ones that are in cahoots with the California emissions regulations laws. So there's a good chance that most dealers won't see even one RAV4 Prime for the first year. And then going into Europe, this information we don't really have yet. Toyota hasn't communicated how many RAV4 Primes they're making for Europe. They have for Japan and the United States. Europe, we just don't know. So here's my extrapolation. If they keep the volume here, the ratio the same of Primes to hybrid sales like they're doing in Japan. Now they sell over double the amount of RAV4 hybrids in Europe than they do in Japan. At least they did in 2019 with coronavirus. Who knows? Now, if they have the same ratio of 1 to 15, they'll have about 700, 750, somewhere in there, primes per month. Divided by the massive amount of dealers there, they're only going to be getting about the same volume as the United States, about 0.24 primes per dealership per month. Now, skipping to 2022, because we know that information as well, I think Japan's going to stay the same at their 1 to 15 ratio, so they're only going to still be making 300 per month there. But the United States, knowing that we're going to be getting 20,000, that increases the amount per month to 1,667 RAV4 primes per month in the United States. Our ratio goes from 1 prime to 90 hybrids to 1 prime to 22 hybrids, meaning that each dealer will be getting about 1 RAV4 Prime per month. And I think that's where they want to be. That is their hopes, to be able to produce that many for the United States market, 1 per month. Now, I've heard of a lot of dealerships having waiting lists of like 30 people. If you do the math there, let's say they get 1 for the first year and they get 12 the entire next year. Are people really going to wait 3-4 years to get their hands on a RAV4 Prime? And what are the prices going to be? But for Europe for 2022, because the market is so electrified, the governments are head over heels at getting all the vehicles electrified for cleaner air and for worldwide global domination. They want the ratio here to be a little bit lower, at least Toyota does. So they're going to be getting 1,200 primes, which is less than the United States. But when you think about the amount of volume they sell off their hybrids, it's going to be a much tighter ratio of 1 prime to about 9 or 10 standard RAV4 hybrids, which gets the ratio to down to, or up to, I should say, 1.1, which is in line with the United States for next year and in line where Japan is for 2021, and I think they're going to keep it there for 2022. But if you're in Europe, there's hope that you might be able to get your hands on not a RAV4 Prime, but the Suzuki equivalent. New Suzuki Across revealed as a Toyota RAV4 based SUV. First model from partnership between Japanese firms will be all-wheel drive plug-in hybrid SUV. I made a video a long time ago how Suzuki and Toyota were teaming up, and I remember the thumbnail being really bad for it. But the channel's come a long way since then, thanks to the luxurious fleet. But here we go. Here's evidence of that partnership. And oh look, it looks exactly like a RAV4 Prime, except the front end is modified a little bit. I think it looks a little bit cheaper. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like the looks of the Suzuki Across better than even the RAV4 Prime? I mean, it's the same vehicle. Even the wheels are identical, for crying out loud. This is purely a compliance vehicle. Don't be able to expect like any volume of this. If there's not going to be any volume of the RAV4 Prime really in Europe, there's definitely not going to be any of these things floating around. Maybe 100 per year sort of thing. That would be my guess. It's totally a compliance vehicle. But what are your thoughts, luxurious fleet? Is Toyota really letting us down in the fact that they have this incredible SUV that provides maximum efficiency and maximum performance? I mean, it's the second fastest Toyota in the lineup. That's just nuts to me. But anyways, you have this awesome vehicle on their best-selling vehicle by far. They hype it up, it seems like over 6 months at this point, just to let us know that there's not going to be any out there. Definitely 2021 and 2022. I mean, those vehicles are probably already spoken for at this point. So if you haven't even put your name down on a list somewhere, you might not even find a RAV4 Prime on the market for until 2023, unless you want to pay 10, 15 grand over sticker price. And guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see my little cars that go across the desk, you can head over to my Amazon page, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.